A bright young attorney named Abe Dabela is found dead in his overturned car with a bullet wound to the back of his head.
And within hours, they're willing to call that a suicide.
The surprisingly quick and baffling finding shocks Abe's already heartbroken loved ones.
Somebody killed my son. He didn't kill himself.
It was just such an outrageous conclusion to come to.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
And now the suicide ruling is being called a suspicious rush to judgment in a sensational federal lawsuit filed by Abe's family, accusing police of conspiring to cover up a murder.
Are they trying to protect somebody? Do they know what happened here? What's the reason that they need this to be a suicide and not a murder?
Abe's parents have trouble even talking about his death without fighting back tears.
He brought one of the great happinesses to my life.
Abe was the Dabela's only son, born and raised in Maryland after Dad Abraham, a doctor, and Mom Ellen had immigrated to the U.S. from Ethiopia.
He was typical American kid.
Who would exceed his parents' loftiest American dreams for him.
And I think in the second grade, he was identified as gifted and talented. And he has to be sent to special classes for this group of people.
Abe would go on to win a full college scholarship and earn 3 degrees, one of them in law, which his father says has always been his natural calling.
Talking and talking and talking, that was one of his gifts in his life.
The ambitious rookie attorney trained and worked with several major law firms. But at age 32, Abe decided to open his own private law practice in the well-to-do suburb community of Redding, Connecticut.
He printed his business card. He sent it to me, and I was bragging to my physician friends.
And Abe seemed to be well-liked by those who had gotten to know him in Redding.
There was something special about him, so you couldn't ignore him.
Very nice guy, easy to talk to, smart, just an all-around decent guy.
Who liked to spark up stimulating conversation at his favorite watering holes.
He was an argumentative dude. In a spirited way. He just liked sort of debating things.
Politically, we're on 2 different sides, and I had a great time bantering back and forth of his views and my views, but all good.
But Abe's mother says he began to feel unwelcome by others in the mostly white community.
And he said to me, Mommy, there are some people who are saying that a black man, a lawyer, and he's English. He's just, where did he come from?
He told you that?
Yes, I said, there are some people who don't like me in Redding. I said, why? Get out. I was so worried for his life.
Abe also sent a Facebook message to a friend saying he felt so uncomfortable at this bar one night that he had to leave, writing, quote, all the firehouse dudes were looking at me salty. And Abe, a passionate guns rights proponent, had reportedly ruffled some powerful feathers by accusing the local police department of violating the Second Amendment.
He was what some police officers would call a troublemaker.
Why?
The police didn't want to give him a license to carry a concealed pistol. They made him jump through hoops that they didn't make other people jump through. We know that for a fact.
Abe's law practice also focused on unfair property taxes, putting him at odds with city officials, one of whom he reportedly got into a heated argument with just days before the young lawyer's death.
We know that he was at a bar. We know that there was some sort of confrontation of some sort.
And after 3 years in Redding, the good-looking, outgoing attorney appeared to be making more enemies than friends.
Abe was educated, intelligent, successful, and he was willing to speak his mind. Sometimes that can be a bad mix as far as some people are concerned.
But could someone have disliked Abe enough to kill him?
I do know that somebody like Abe can be intimidating, and I think that that alone could make somebody like Abe a target.
And less than 2 hours before he would die under suspicious circumstances, Abe reportedly received a foreboding text message.
Talk to me about the text message.
Shortly after midnight, Abe received a text message that said something along the lines of, turned, he just didn't.
Next, did Abe really take his own life, or did somebody else take it and get away with murder?
There's just a lot of evidence that suggests that there was some foul play here.